said some really nice things before about Ron and Morgan, and I hope you guys don't mind if I change the pace a little bit. Actually, before we begin, Morgan, if you don't mind, if you could just take your left hand, place it down on the table in front of you. Just place it down on the table. I can't see it, but okay. And Ron, if you could take your right hand, just place it right on top. Very nice. So, Ron, I just want you to kind of soak this in. Remember how this feels, because this may be the last time that you have the upper hand in this relationship. So this past weekend, we were in Cleveland for Ron's youth group. And when there wasn't family things going on, Ron and I went downstairs playing some video games, kind of regressing back to our youth. And
You're close to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hate to admit it, but Ron didn't beat me. But the worst part isn't really losing to your younger brother. It's the fact that Ron kind of likes to gloat a bit. And he'll say things like, "You're not really very good, are you?" Or, "Maybe you should practice before you play next time." So, because of all that, you know, Ron not being all that modest and all, I really appreciate the fact that tonight you graced me with the opportunity to be the best man. So, I do want to say that it only took me one time to break the glass, so. Those of you, some of you might know that Ron is currently in law school. He's in the second year at Northwestern. Dad, I know you're very proud of that, thinking that Ron is following in your footsteps. But I really think that it's actually my mom that has influenced Ron to go this direction. See, a lawyer needs to make a strong argument, make a strong case, to win in the courtroom. And when we were kids, we would argue quite a bit. And Ron had a surefire way to win any argument with just one word. Mom! So, Mom, I think you were the true influence to push Ron this direction. But really, Ron, I do think you're going to make a tremendous lawyer. Despite the fact that I believe you were either living at home or maybe in your uncle's basement, you were able to convince Morgan, your beautiful bride sitting next to you, to become your bride and marry you today. So, after that, I really believe anything is possible. Now, during my wedding 2 years ago, Ron was up here as my best man. And he made a great speech and presented to us a very unique gift. He used to work for the Florida Marlins. And he brought a baseball that was signed by Dontrell Willis, who was one of the star players of the Marlins. And unfortunately, I want to do the same for you, but unfortunately I don't have those same connections to work for a sports team. But I do work for a bank. And so I got you something which I think you'll find is very unique in itself, at least based on the serial number. It's signed by Henry Paulson. You might know him. And the new Secretary of the Treasury. It's got some advice for you too. On the back here it says, "In God we trust." Alright, so before I go, I want to thank my mom and dad and Debbie and Steve for this beautiful affair tonight. I know I'm having a great time. It looks like everybody else really is too. And Debbie and Steve, I don't want you to think of this as losing a daughter. I know it sounds a little cliche, but I don't want you to think this as losing a daughter. And don't really think of this as gaining a son either. Think of this as gaining the entire Sklar clan. Because as you'll see, we're not the easiest people to get rid of. Just wait till you try to say your goodbyes tonight. And finally, Morgan, one piece of advice for you. I know you don't come from quite as religious a background as Ron. So there's one thing you just need to remember, is that Saturday is a very holy day. And just be prepared for Ron to be occupied for about 3 hours that day, deep in prayer, watching the Michigan football game. But anyway, I really want to congratulate both of you. I'm very happy for both of you, and everyone would raise their glasses. Just want to say, may this just be one of many, many memorable moments in a long life together.
L'chaim.
Now it's my pleasure to call up our bride and groom to say a few words. How about a big hand, everybody, for Morgan and Ryan.